buyers, from 170 buyers last year, and an equal number of sellers from different destinations all over the Philippines. And it's also good to say that the buyers are coming from more countries than they did before. Whereas last year we had something like 23 countries represented, this year we have 30 countries. And so we're very happy with all of this because the opportunity for the Philippines to promote itself, to be the star of its own show. Because in other trade fairs we have to speak louder because we're competing with other ASEAN countries, we're speaking with other Asian destinations and other products. But in this kind of a situation where we are the boss, we are the star of our own show, and we're able to really provide as much information to our buyers when they come over. We're able to show them hospitality, we're able to show them a good time, but we're also able to provide them with the necessary information, data, and all the necessary things that can make them decide to promote and to develop tour packages to the Philippines. So after this two-day session here in Manila, tomorrow they will attend the Philippine Travel Mart. They will open the next aspect of the project, which is a project being organized by the Philippine Tour Operators Association, is the Philippine Travel Mart, and they will also have a chance to go around the halls. And after they go around the halls, the buyers will now proceed to what we call post-field tours. And they will go to various destinations all over the country. So Bohol is going to be a featured destination, Palawan, of course, Boracay, Davao, Cebu, Tagaytay, and Ilocos. No? So we're happy that you're here, and may I extend an invitation to all of you to join us later for lunch.
I have,
Yes, everybody.
I have a question. What do you feel is our uniqueness? Because we're very close to Malaysia in terms of beaches and maybe people. What do you think as Filipinos would be, or Philippines would be our unique?
I think the campaign slogan speaks for itself, and we say it's more fun in the Philippines because it's the Filipino that makes it more fun. We're a very, very relaxed people. We're very respectful people. We love sharing our hospitality and providing our guests such a wonderful time when they're here. And then actually when we came up with that slogan, it's more fun in the Philippines, Asek Bong and I were part of a committee that had to sit down for 2 straight days interviewing 8 different advertising agencies discussing their proposed tagline, and we ended up with this line because the reason behind it, it's the people that really makes the difference when they visit the Philippines. In other countries, they're just too stiff. In other countries, they're just too boring. But the Philippines are just much more fun. And that's a line that has been shared with us by people departing the country. When they leave the country, they're at the airport. What was your experience? They say it's a lot more fun in the Philippines. See, it's not a manufactured slogan like other countries would do, where they would put an adjective before the name of the country. This is a real, truthful statement about how they felt when they came and they visited the Philippines.
It's in our DNA.
It's in our DNA.
So, follow up on that. We should get to have the spending per head per tourist to $1,200. You mentioned that we be adding some more chaperones, operational chaperones. This needs to be but just for example, would there be, is there any sort of movement to do this or any initiative to, parang all these aspects of branding, but also when we go to other countries, for example, if you say shopping, it's probably Hong Kong or Thailand or Bangkok. And then when it comes to food, hindi pa rin naman mainstream tourists would go to the Philippines to try seafood. Is there any?
Well, there are. I hope that you guys can join the post-meet explores here on certain areas. Now you're seeing you're not seeing a lot of high-value package tours that you will not find anywhere else in the region. When you talk about, let's say, wave shark interaction, that's unique to the Philippines. When you talk about the underground river, I mean, the demand has become so strong that they've had to put a ceiling or a cap on the number of visitors. So these are just examples. You go to, my goodness, Lobok River Cruise is one of my. I'm not saying this in front of the congressman. I know the tour by heart.
the songs.
Even the songs, and I know when they're going to dance. But these are just examples of the high value kind of experience that we're able to provide. So if you have this all over the country, you can just imagine the revenue potential. So it doesn't have to be confined to just shopping or the dining.
It's the experience.
Outside.
So for right now, for example, our neighbors, how do you compare with our neighbors and Malaysia when it comes to spending per tourist?
Well, first of all, the visitors to those areas generally stay shorter. Okay. Because we are an archipelago, like I said, people have to fly to come here. Susulitin nila yan. So the tendency is to stay longer and to visit. This is the nice thing, to stay longer and to visit multiple destinations. So it's not just Manila or not the city, but they farm out to the different destinations. And with greater connectivity, thanks to our sponsor airlines, it's so much easier now for Filipinos to fly all the way up north, down south, east and west. Very affordable, very convenient.
Are foreign tourists very concerned about their budget? Are they more affordable compared to other neighboring countries?
There are many ways of competing against the neighbors. One is, of course, you can be price competitive, but you can also compete on the basis of the high value experience that you offer.
That's it. More being price competitive.
That's exactly. The fact that you have to buy a ticket to come to the Philippines is already a very expensive proposition for a lot of tourists, especially coming from Europe. If you compare packages, say, to Thailand, where the cost of the airfare to the Philippines alone is already the value of the ticket, 8 days accommodation, tours, everything. But they don't want, the kinds of tourists we get to the Philippines are those of the high value guy. And they're able to stay longer and they're able to spend more. That's the type of tourists we get. I just wanted to add what Asek mentioned earlier, and add to something about statistics in the region. We compare ourselves to, say, Malaysia, which claims to have 24 million tourists a year. And here we are, less than 5 million. But if you look at the statistics, actually, then you realize intra-ASEAN travel into Malaysia is 40 million, or almost 70%. 70% of the travel. And you could just imagine what kind of traffic goes up and down Johor Bahru and Singapore. Whereas in the Philippines, when you talk about intra-ASEAN tourism, it's 300,000 or even less than 10%, which means more than 80% of our traffic comes from outside the region. It comes from China, Japan, Korea, the USA, Canada, Europe, Australia, all of these high-value markets that really look for destinations that they would like to explore, experience, and enjoy. I think that's the value proposition of the Philippines, despite the fact that they have to spend much more traveling to the Philippines. They realize it's money well spent.
Okay, I would just like to ask our guests here to give their summary message. Congressman, can you start?
Well, I would like to thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for helping promote Philippine tourism, and thank you more for helping promote Bohol.
Asek?
Well, similarly, I'd like to thank all of you. We have created such a great momentum that we must all sustain. And for tourism to succeed, and for us to meet our targets by 2016, it's important that all the stakeholders, our friends from media, rally behind the campaign.
COO?
And for me, just to follow through on what both gentlemen mentioned, we cannot take our foot off the gas. We've started something very, very good and very, very positive with tourism under the administration of President Aquino. We have to continue doing this. We have to continue plugging in the good things about the Philippines, and it starts with our friends in the media. So we have to continue showcasing what is beautiful about this country, and particularly the island of Bohol.
Thank you